and this live stream is brought to you by the awesome people over at Princess Dental Staffing. So happy everyone could be here with me today. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. So if you want to, so each week we are bringing you new topics that talk about starting and maintaining your career in the dental industry. And if you want more information on the topics that we're covering, be sure to check out Princess Dental Staffing's website at princessdentalstaffing.com, where you can take a look at their blog. And it's also super, super easy to create a profile and start searching for jobs. If you like the content that we're bringing you each week, be sure to like this video. And if you don't want to miss out on future streams, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow our page. If you have any questions or thoughts, insights, or anything about the topics that we're covering, be sure to comment them below. And if we don't answer them when the stream is live, we'll be sure to get back to you and address any questions as soon as we possibly can. Okay? So thanks for being here with me today, everyone. So let's jump into today's topic. Today's topic is how to write the best dental job description. Okay, so we're going to be talking about just some tips for writing your job description on your job posting. Okay, and just some things that are really going to enhance your job posting and the job description. Okay. So let's talk about why it's important to have a job description. We'll start off with talking about why it's important, then we'll dive into the tips. Okay, so it's really important to have a good job description. Because it's a good way to connect with potential employees, right? It's a good way to make clear what would be expected of potential employees if they were hired for this opening. Okay, so really, really important to be very clear, but also very important to be very concise in your job descriptions. Okay, so not too much information, not too little information. We want the potential employee to come away with, you know, a very good idea of what it is that you're looking for, and you know what can be expected of them. Like I said, if they're hired for the position, okay, for the job posting. Okay, so really, really important to have a good job description in order to convey that information to potential employees, and also to entice potential employees to apply for your position, right? Okay, so let's go over some of the tips that we have for creating the best dental job description. Okay, so firstly, choose a proper and clear title, right? So make sure that you're using a job title that actually fits what this position can be expected to do, right? So if it's you know, a management style type position, make sure that you put manager, supervisor, leader, something like that in the title, so that potential employees know that it is a leadership position and that they're going to be, you know, responsible for directing a team of people, at least one person, right? You know, so make sure that you're using a title that is very clear and that is related to the position. And this is really important because, you know, if you've ever been on a job search, on a job board or a job search engine, you know that results come up and, you know, the first thing that potential employees see is the job title. So if it's a job title that maybe they're not familiar with, or you know, doesn't really correspond to the actual job description and the actual duties of the job, they're less likely to click on it and therefore less likely to apply for your position, right? So we want to make sure that we're using a very clear title that matches what you expect this potential new employee to do, and that really encompasses the duties and responsibilities of this posting. Okay. So really, really important to choose a proper and clear job title. Number two, begin with an engaging overview of the position. So start off with maybe between 2 to 4 sentences that give a very clear idea of what this position is, a very brief, broad overview of the tasks and responsibilities. And you know, just giving the potential employee, you know, all the information that they're going to need in order to understand how this position fits in your practice or in your office, right? So just a very brief, broad overview so they have a good idea of, you know, what this position is. Okay, make sure you include a lot of pertinent information. For example, is this position full-time or part-time? What if it's outside of the, kind of normal Monday through Friday hours, be sure to list some of the hours that they can be expected to work. So just some like pertinent information like that gives a very clear understanding of what this position is and what the potential employee is going to be responsible for if they're hired for this position. Okay. So about 2 to 4 sentences should be about what you want. Okay. And then number 3, utilizing bullet points. Okay, so you want to make sure that your job posting is easy to read. Okay, so if potential employees are on, a job board and they're searching for jobs, it's going to bring up, they're going to be searching through 20, 30, 50 jobs. And and we all know that the job search process can be very lengthy and time consuming. So we want to make sure that our job descriptions are easily readable and not too cumbersome, okay? Because we want to attract as many potential employees as possible so that we get a very solid applicant pool, okay? So you want to make sure that you make it easily readable. So shorter paragraphs, bullet points, it makes it a lot easier, just a lot easier to read. So you can even break up the different job duties. You could say, okay, these are the administrative duties and use a header. These are the operational duties. These are the patient duties. These are, and things of that nature. So you can actually kind of format it that way. Again, we don't want too much information, but we don't want too little information. And the easiest way to make it readable is by using shorter paragraphs and bullet points. Okay. Okay, and number 4, sell your position, sell your open position. Okay, so make sure that you're including information that can, help convince the potential employee to apply for your position, right? You can talk about your office culture. You can talk about your philosophy. You can list out some of the benefits that you offer, some of the good things about working for your office or your practice, okay? Be sure to sell your position. So, and if you're having trouble kind of coming up with some information to include that really helps sell your position, ask some of your current employees, talk to some of your current employees about what they like best about working there. It might be flexible scheduling, work-life balance. It might be, some of the benefits you offer. It might be that they enjoy coming to work because they like the work culture. And that will kind of help you to determine what your strong selling points are so that you can include them in the job description, okay? Is it better to use paragraphs or bullet points in the same description to explain what they will do in the role and what experience is needed? Taylor, it really just kind of depends. So you can use paragraphs, but again, make sure that you're using, short paragraphs. You don't want like we're not writing a dissertation here. We don't want like these lengthy paragraphs. If you're going to use paragraph, I'd say, no more than 4 sentences per paragraph. So it really just kind of depends. You can do a mixture of the two. You can also use headers, like I said, to kind of, break up the job description and make it easier for potential employees to kind of, find the information that they're looking for, right? So, you can have a header about the position, 2 to 4 sentences in a paragraph. You can have job duties and use, subheaders to kind of break up the job duties. You can say, have a header for qualifications, maybe bullet points, benefits, header, bullet points, and things like that. So you really just kind of want to make it, like I said, clear, concise, and just readable, something that's easy to read. And if you're having trouble trying to figure out, okay, is this readable? Is this too cumbersome? Is it too lengthy? Is it too wordy? Have a couple different people read it and see how they feel about it and have them give you some feedback. And you can kind of tailor the job description that way as well. So, okay, great question. Okay. Alrighty, so we talked about selling your open position. So next is incorporating keywords. Keywords, very, very important to make sure that your job posting is easily searchable, right? Because potential employees, these job seekers, they're searching for positions and they're going to be, generally they search for job titles first, but they can also search for like keywords and phrases, okay? So you want to make sure you're incorporating your keywords and phrases to give your job posting maximum viewability, okay? And also it makes it easier for your job posting to be swept up by other job boards and job search engines as well. Okay, so make sure you're including those keywords and phrases all throughout your job posting. Okay. So one thing that you can do is you can actually go and search some similar jobs on some of these job boards, and kind of read through a few of those so you can kind of get an idea of which keywords kind of keep coming up over and over again, and what you might want to use in your job posting. Okay, so you can kind of get, like I said, a feel for the keywords that you want to incorporate in your job posting. Okay, so make sure you use those keywords, and it'll help help your job posting be more searchable. Okay. Lastly, create a sense of urgency. So creating a sense of urgency will make it more likely for potential employees not only to apply for your position, but to apply quickly for your position. When it comes to job searching, if you're a job seeker, okay, if you're a potential employee, you definitely want to, apply for positions that don't have a lot of applicants, so you can be the first one in line. So creating a little bit of sense of urgency can actually work for you in your job posting. Okay, so you can say things like, we'll accept applications through this date. Or you could also say something to the effect of, we will, close this posting when we have a suitable number of applicants. Things that kind of, like I said, create a sense of urgency in the job seeker who might be viewing the posting and going, oh, well, then it might be close to closing, and I'm not sure when it's going to close. So let me go ahead and apply now and apply as quickly as possible so I can be sure to get into the application process. So, creating a sense of urgency will help will help convince those applicants to apply for your position, to apply quickly, and it will help you get a more diverse set of applicants. Okay. Alrighty, so those are our tips. So let's recap. Okay, we talked about why it's important to have a good job description, right? It's important for potential employees to know, what would be expected of them if they were hired for this opening. Also, really important for you as the potential new employer to determine what skill sets that you're looking for, right? And you can actually kind of rank the different skills that you want in a potential employee and see which ones are the most important, right? So then when you get into the interview process, what's most important and what isn't. So really important to have a good job description. So let's talk about these tips. One, choosing a proper and clear title that clearly describes the type of work that the potential employee is going to be engaging in. Again, very, very important to help make your position searchable and clickable. Begin with an engaging overview of the position so the potential employee knows how this role fits into and relates to other coworkers and team members in your office, in your practice. Utilizing bullet points or short paragraphs to help make your job posting easily readable and not too cumbersome, and therefore potentially get skipped over just because it's just got too much information. Okay. Selling your open position, making sure that you let potential employees know what's in it for them other than just a paycheck, right? Incorporating keywords, again, to help make your job posting more searchable and more understandable by potential employees. And lastly, creating a sense of urgency to ensure or to help support getting timely applications and a nice diverse set of applications and a nice diverse applicant pool. Okay. So that will do it for me today. Everyone, thanks for joining me today. If you have any other questions or insights about the topic that we discovered today, or that we discussed today, be sure to comment below and we will get to those as soon as possible. But thanks for joining with me today, everyone. We will be back next week with a new topic. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye.